Many modern spiritual practices operate like high-stakes auditions. We script our journals and curate our mindsets, bracing for the possibility that if the performance isn't perfect, no one will answer. When life fails to align with our efforts, the blame shifts inward. We assume our frequency was too low, or our belief wasn't strong enough, turning a search for empowerment into a cycle of self-defect. This creates a vending machine relationship with reality. We treat prayers and positive thoughts like currency, expecting a specific, guaranteed outcome in exchange for our spiritual labor. This transactional approach serves as a shield against uncertainty. We attempt to manage the outside world primarily to soothe our internal anxiety. Placing our peace at the mercy of unpredictable external outcomes leads to a specific kind of spiritual exhaustion. We remain perpetually tethered to results we cannot actually control. Transactional spirituality often functions as a biological stress response in a religious costume. When we petition from a place of fear, our nervous system enters a threat state, prioritizing immediate survival over connection. This illustrates cognitive tunneling. Scarcity mindsets restrict our bandwidth, forcing the brain to hyperfixate on immediate survival while filtering out broader possibilities. This narrowing drives frantic control. Our actions become reactive, obsessed with immediate relief rather than long-term wisdom. The irony is that we are physically broadcasting intense threat and fear while asking the universe for abundance. A body entirely braced for impact cannot receive guidance. In this state, the nervous system is too constricted to experience the peace it is requesting. Moving past the transactional model requires a new definition of prayer. Rather than a speech delivered outward, it becomes an inward orientation, a chosen direction we continually return to. Psychologist William James explored this as a lived internal relationship. He focused on the experience of inward communion rather than the correctness of religious doctrine. Attention serves as the steering wheel of this inner life. By choosing where we focus, we begin to reshape the physiological expectations of the entire system. We practice diffusion by unhooking our attention from the panic loop. This allows the mind to pivot away from the obsession with threat and return to a state of trust. Shifting into this inward orientation moves the entire system out of isolation and into a regulated, steady relationship with reality. Dismantling frantic control requires 3 steps to reclaim our agency. First is let them. We stop overfunctioning and relinquish the attempt to control people we cannot change. Second is let it be, where we end the internal war and stop fighting reality. This acceptance allows you to meet the present moment without the added suffering of resistance. The final shift is let me. Our energy returns to our own locus of control, our choices, boundaries, and commitment to our values. By focusing exclusively on what is actually ours, we finally anchor our own power in real, actionable internal agency. Manifestation functions as the natural downstream effect of a regulated orientation. As the nervous system practices a state of heardness, our cognitive bandwidth widens. We begin to notice opportunities and resources that fear previously filtered out. This widened perspective leads to cleaner choices. We set boundaries without rage and move through the world with a steadiness that prevents self-sabotage. A person biologically and psychologically matures into the state required to sustain an outcome. The shift occurs within the individual, which eventually changes the life they are capable of living. This mirrors the conclusion reached by Søren Kierkegaard. He famously observed the function of prayer is to change the nature of the one who prays.
Thank you for watching. If something in this resonated with you, then you're already closer than you think. If you're ready to go deeper, there's a link below to my book, Pray Like Someone is Listening. How prayer as orientation changes what you notice, who you become, and what life can give. This isn't theory, it's a framework you can actually use. Tap the link below and step into it.